Meanwhile, another former Liberal MP, former Prime Minister Tony Abbott, is refusing to rule out a return to politics as the Liberal Party marks its 75th anniversary. He also had some free advice for Scott Morrison, calling for the return of Knights and Dames.
After losing his blue ribbon Sydney seat, Tony Abbott mused about his future.
My public life will, I imagine, go on. My life as member for Warringah will not.
But just 5 months later, he has opened the door to returning to Parliament. In an interview with The Australian, the former Prime Minister conceded a Canberra comeback could be on the cards, saying, "If the Liberal Party ever wanted me to do that, I would be more than happy to consider it. But I find it difficult to imagine the circumstances that they would want me. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not expecting it to happen." Mr Abbott admits he wishes he had longer than 2 years in the top job and revealed he had mostly forgiven his colleagues for toppling him. That forgiveness, though, doesn't appear to extend to his successor. He saved his strongest criticism for Malcolm Turnbull, blaming his rival's blind ambition for the government's downfall.
It is clear that the people have made up their mind about Mr Abbott's leadership.
Mr Abbott taking his successor to task for not including him on his front bench. Mr Abbott has reflected on his decision to introduce knighthoods in Australia, saying that whilst it was a mistake, he stands by the decision. He's also recommending that Scott Morrison reintroduce the honours system. He says, quote, "If you are a tradition-minded leader of a centre-right party, that's exactly the kind of thing you should do." Mr Abbott's 2015 captain's call was broadly criticised, including by Mr Turnbull, who overturned it.
They're out of date, they're not appropriate in 2015.
As for Scott Morrison, it seems he won't be taking Mr Abbott's free advice. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.